Okay, so now that we have that out of the way, let's have a look at some of the render settings. And this is going to be a real quick one because these are the render settings that I use for almost all of my presentation renders. And it's very simple just to get your head around. So for my camera AA, I go between 5 and 7 for this setting. Now, that might seem like it's a little bit high for you, but I think this is something to get used to, because with this camera AA set a little bit higher, it just ensures that we get a nice clean render out. And since it is a still frame, I'm not too concerned as to whether or not it takes a couple of extra minutes for it to finish. For diffuse, specular, transmission, as well as SSS, I just leave these on 2, and I think that this might actually be the default. So the only thing I really land up adjusting here for the camera AA is 7. After this, we can have a look at the ray depth. Now the ray depth, the diffuse and the specular, I set this to 3 each, and I leave the transmission on 8. I really have no reason to be adjusting that. And please note that the total should always equal the transmission and the specular and the diffuse added together. So in this case, 8, 3, and 3, this is obviously going to come to 14. Now I like to increase this diffuse and specular to 3 because that way the light just bounces around just a little bit more, and that once again helps just to fill in some of the darker areas so that it doesn't become too dark. It is absolutely essential that when you render anything for presentation, that we are able to clearly see everything that we need to. You cannot afford to have poor lighting hide or conceal parts of your model. It's simply, you will not be able to get an approval if that is the case. So please make sure that you have spent a little bit of time setting up a scene in which the lighting is good, so that when you do submit, everything can be seen and your model can hopefully be approved.